Are you ready to learn about one of the most isolated tribes on Earth? A tribe that has rejected the outside world, so much so that they do not even let other humans near their island. The Sentinelese are one of the most isolated tribes on Earth, completely rejecting the outside world and what it has to offer. So why is this tribe so secretive, and why do they hate outsiders so much? Let's find out in today's video. The Sentinelese are one of the most isolated tribes on Earth, living on the North Sentinel Island in India. They are believed to be one of the last truly uncontacted tribes on Earth, with almost no knowledge of the outside world. Contact with the outside world is strictly forbidden within the Sentinelese tribe, and outsiders are often met with hostility. The Sentinelese people are known for their primitive way of life, living in small huts made of wood and leaves and wearing clothing made of animal skins. They are also skilled hunters and gatherers, using bows and arrows to hunt animals and gathering fruits and vegetables from the forest. So why are the Sentinelese people so hostile towards outsiders? Well, there are a few reasons. First and foremost, they have been isolated from the outside world for so long that they have developed a strong sense of fear and mistrust towards outsiders. They have no idea who these outsiders are or what their intentions are, so they naturally assume that they are dangerous. This fear is also backed up by the fact that in the past, outsiders have brought diseases to the Sentinelese people, which have killed many of them. For example, in 2006, 2 fishermen who had traveled to the island were killed and eaten by the Sentinelese people after they had landed on the island and tried to contact the tribe. The Sentinelese people believed that the fishermen was trying to attack them, and they defended themselves by killing and eating them. This tragic incident shows how hostile the Sentinelese people can be towards outsiders, and how they will not hesitate to defend themselves if they feel threatened. Another reason for their hostility is that they have a very different way of life than the outside world. They live in a small tribe with a strong sense of community, and they rely on each other for survival. They also have a different language and culture than the outside world, and they are not interested in adopting the ways of outsiders. In fact, they actively try to prevent outsiders from entering their territory and influencing their way of life. For example, when missionaries tried to convert the Sentinelese people to Christianity, the Sentinelese people responded by attacking the missionaries and forcing them to leave the island. Despite the Sentinelese people's best efforts to remain isolated, there have been some attempts to contact them over the years. In 1974, an Indian merchant ship spotted the island and the Sentinelese people living on it. Since then, the Indian government has made several attempts to contact the tribe, but the Sentinelese people have always responded with hostility. In 2004, a group of anthropologists landed on the island to try to make contact with the Sentinelese people, but they were forced to flee after the Sentinelese people began shooting at them with arrows. The Sentinelese people's fierce independence and desire to remain isolated has led many people to call them the last free people on Earth. They are a reminder of a time when humans lived in small tribes and were completely self-sufficient. While it is easy for us to judge the Sentinelese people for being so hostile towards outsiders, it is important to remember that they are simply trying to protect their way of life and their way of life alone. Well, that's all for today's video. Hey, what do you think about the Sentinelese tribe? Let me know your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.